Where are all those foreclosures that they keep telling us about for the last 3 years? Really? Where are all those 50% off deals? Where are all the affordable houses? What's going on? Hi there, it's me, Stefan Burchard, the Desert Bowtie Realtor here in the Palm Springs region. I record and post content about the greater Palm Springs region real estate market and the desert lifestyle because I believe knowledge is power. Check back because I upload new content every other week. Now you've heard all the real estate gurus. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Look out, it's crashing, freight train ahead. So again, where are those foreclosures, 50% off deals, and that onslaught of affordable houses? Well, mortgage rates have gone up, and now they're telling us they're going to stay that way for a bit more. And the runaway inflation has calmed way down, but it lingers just like gum on your shoe. So, why haven't home prices crashed yet? Well, you have to look at the broader economic trends and the stuff that no one else is looking at to figure out what's really going on. And this is why I'm doing this video, to educate. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard. This is a real estate channel. That's all about helping you to avoid the pitfalls and situations that are expensive, but more importantly, aggravating. Now, for years, you and I have been lied to. And I'm not talking about Bigfoot, mermaids, or the Loch Ness Monster. I want to give you 7 reasons why home prices have not crashed, and I'm going to give them to you in descending order. Number 7, the baby boomers. Now, what does that have to do with anything? Well, let me tell you, Stefan. There is a massive retirement of the population, and many of them worked, saved, and invested their entire life. Many are flush with cash, and they're retiring at the same time. It's going to happen. Nothing is going to stop this. It's not the economy, it's their time. So the question I have for you is, what's on the cover of every retirement brochure? It's the ocean. It's like they've been pre-programmed. Now, many are moving to warmer weather, lower taxes, and better lifestyle. When they move, they sell. And when they get where they're going, they usually buy. This leads us to number 6, interest rates. If you currently have a low interest rate mortgage, congratulations. You've got little to no incentive to sell following the pandemic. Right after investors and homeowners, boomers with cash started buying up rental properties, second homes, and vacation rentals, and some just left their properties empty. Currently, 62% of all mortgage holders in the nation are locked up into historically incredibly low mortgage rates, which has led up to a severe drop in the number of houses that are being put up for sales, which creates a problem with supply and demand. Basic economic theory is when there's a low supply and high demand, prices go up, right? Well, the number of houses coming up for sale continues to hold steady. Many folks are just not willing to give up that low mortgage that they are locked into, up to a 7% mortgage. For me and my hubby, that would be tripling our rate and our payment. Ouch! That just doesn't make sense, right? So folks are not putting their homes up for sale right now because it doesn't make financial sense. This is not normal, folks. It's creating a bottleneck in the inventory. For understandable reasons, but a bottleneck nonetheless. In many areas of the country, values dropped during this 2-year blip because buyers had fewer options coming to the market and interest rates shot up. The demand simply isn't there. Number 5, home prices have skyrocketed during the COVID rush, and some people were priced out of the market. Some thought they were being smart and they'd wait out the market and rent for a while, waiting for the market to crash before buying. And many of you have said it's not just prices, it's interest rates affecting affordability that's keeping people out of the market. Now, you must keep a few things in mind. If you're looking to buy a house in the near future, you need to have a long-term plan. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Number 4. We are in uncharted waters right now. The supply and demand challenges and things are just not optimal yet. We have not seen this type of situation before, at least not in my 24 years in this business. We are in uncharted waters with steady prices and higher interest rates. Everybody still needs a place to call home, and the demand is still happening, just not like we'd like to see. People are always going to be buying and selling homes, no matter what. But that healthy demand hasn't returned yet. There is an imbalance between the number of homes for sale and the number of people wanting to buy. So, some homes are sitting on the market a little bit more than usual. And that demand, well, it's not going to change much until we see those interest rates come down a bit. Number 3, months of supply or attrition rate. This is the number of months that it would take for all of the current inventory to sell if nothing new was added to the market. In a balanced market, you will have a balance between inventory and demand. When there is more demand than supply, it's a seller's market. When there is more supply than demand, we are in a buyer's market. That balance is a hyper-local phenomenon and depends on the market in any particular area. In the Palm Springs region, we currently have a good balance, but it leans a bit towards buyers depending on the area, of course. Number 2, prices. Depending on where you live in the nation, as I said, real estate is hyper-local. So where you live is going to determine if prices are either falling or they're actually increasing. This is all about location and demand. In some areas of the country, prices have fallen as much as 10%. And in other areas, they've actually increased a little bit, like on the West Coast. In my market, the Palm Springs region, prices in the area have dipped a little bit. But for the most part, values have held tight to the gains from the COVID rush. And now, drum roll please, for the number 1 reason prices haven't crashed. It's called history. There are 2 very important historical events that happened in real estate. In 1979, inflation was absolutely out of control. But even with that recession, home prices actually shot up in the US during that time. Now, here are the numbers. From 1970 to 1982, the median American home price appreciated 159%. Wow! And then the other event was the 2008 subprime mortgage meltdown. That was the needle that led to that value implosion and subsequent recession. It was basically caused by a lot of questionable lending practices which banks simply can't do anymore. Today, there are much stricter regulations on banks. They are doing more intensive checks on borrower finances, income, job stability, and they require higher credit scores in order to be qualified for a mortgage. So why are we not seeing the housing market crash? Of course, we're seeing some overpriced homes that are taking price reductions as they should. Nowhere in the US market is there a 50% off sale. Well, I haven't seen it anyway. Feel free to tell me what's going on in your area. I'm curious what you're seeing. I can tell you one thing. I'm still finding some hidden gems for my clients, if you know where to look and what to look for, that is. And now, watch my next video about shopping and dining on El Paseo. Bye! And the number of people who want to buy. Have to plug in the and others, they've actually increased a little bit. There are only 2 very important historical. It was basically cloth.